Well, yeehaw! What have we here? Welcome to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the tiger pit. My finger, my finger. I got this in the mail the other day. I'm like, what's WRC? Chestnut Street, Bradford, Pennsylvania, huh? And I slid it open and went, oh. Oh. It's my case warranty. Part 2. This is the full-size Copperlock Wharncliffe in green apple peach seed jig. If you hadn't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1. It wasn't too bad. The blade was off center, the grind was wonky, and there was a huge gap in between the bone and the liner. Yeah, it was probably one of the worst case. I wouldn't say the worst. The worst was my very first Sodbuster Junior. In black synthetic. It was completely half-pinned blade. It was like wicker, completely unsafe. And that was a really bad first experience to case. So I sliced it open. I wanted to bust it out so bad last night, and I'm like, oh no, wait, Baxter, let's do this on camera. This is straight from the case warranty department. Let's see if they did anything or threw another knife in. Now, when I saw the box like this, I thought it was, it's crushed. I think this might be my original box. I should have like marked the inside or something so I could tell. But I'm sure I'll be able to tell if it was the same knife or not. They sent this. Please remember to clean and oil your knife frequently. We appreciate your business. You got their website, their phone number, and an email. Okay. No mention on what they did. And there's something else in here. What could it be? Product quality information. Fantastic. I never read these or even open them. So let's check it out. I can't wait any longer. And look at, I have my quality information, product information in there. I think this may be the same paper. I don't know. Maybe it was, but maybe they got a new piece of paper and it was bashed around a bit. So here we go, part 2, case warranty. What did they do with my knife? Is it the same knife? It almost looks as if, is it a new piece of bone? It almost looks like I think it is. This is hard to tell. I mean, I have close-up pictures. But let's look at, almost looks as if they filled that gap. It was a bigger gap than that, though. Maybe they put a new cover on it. Maybe they just grabbed a whole new knife and gave me. It does look a little bit different green. I'll have to go back and watch that video. I don't remember having these dark specks right here. It looks really shiny. They may have just grabbed another one off the shelf. Blade centering is much better. Now, it's not straight down the middle, but the other one was on the liner. Yeah, I think this may be a complete different knife. Yeah, my gap was there, and it was much bigger than that, so I don't think they would just fill it. This looks like a much nicer green also. And I did say that the blade grind was subpar. So let's see what I got. I don't think they fixed it. I bet they just grabbed another knife and were like, this is going to take hours of labor to pop off that bone cover, put another one on, center the blade, and regrind it. It's like, that's like building a whole knife practically. They probably just grabbed another one off the shelf and sent it. Maybe that's why it didn't take months and months. I'll have to go back and look at the other video. I think it's only been about a month and a half. I can look real quick. 1 second. Wow, this looks really nice. I think this is a completely different knife. Well, okay, I'm back. So I went back and watched part of that, part 1 of the warranty, which was published February 17th. I think I mailed it the next day. So today is March 18th. It's only been a month. So a week there, a week back. It was actually there only 2 weeks. And I'm looking at that video, and that gap was huge and it went up there, and the green matched better. So I think, honestly, I was looking at the markings on the show side, and this spot was here. And I'm looking at these lines, and they're almost exactly the same as my original video. But you look at this pile side, and it was more of a matching green. This looks like it has more yellow in it. So they may have, honestly, popped it apart, threw a new the back cover on there, put a grind on it. This seems to have a really nice high polish. Like, they took some time in the factory to go back over this. Um, yeah, very hard to tell, but and the markings are very similar on the back side here. Unless they, like, had polished it the back to a point where it went through the green and made it more yellow. I think I don't know. This I wish they had included a note and saying, "Hey, this is what we did." Very happy with this blade grind. Besides it just being a little crazy right here toward the back, but that was way better. It was just not right. And look at that centering. I opened it, closed it, dead down the center. Wow. So guess what? Case does stand behind their warranty. Um, I remember, I mentioned the first video when I reached out to them, they had asked if I'd purchased the knife within the last 60 days or 30 days. Um, so I don't know if that's a factor. It's probably just a limited lifetime warranty. Um, I have no idea. I am very happy with this though. I'm really digging this pile side. It's more of what I think about apple green. You got the deep and you got the bright yellows in here. And I remember the show side, it looked like this, but it wasn't as shiny. It just kind of was dull and flat. So it's almost like they took extra special care with this knife. But I couldn't imagine them going through all the trouble. I mean, they have the tools there of tearing this apart, putting a back cover on it, recentering the blade, and regrinding it. I mean, they have the staff and the employees to do it, I guess. They said they had careers page, and I clicked on it. And they're looking for more than a few positions there at the factory. Wow. Very surprised. A lot of people said it's going to take months and months and months to get the knife back. Like I said, this is like a month, less than a month, or a month and a day. Of course, February, there's less days in February. It was February 17th to March 18th. So about a month. And like I said, I'm in the Northwest all the way across the country. Wow. So I think I may have to send another knife back. It's a great knife, but the blade centering's off. Pretty bad on the liner. And it's one that I didn't reach out to the dealer or do anything. I'm like, I'll live with it. But they did a fantastic job. I'm very happy, very pleased. I know Big Ready DC had a rust lock that had some issues, and he sent it to him, and they didn't really remedy the issues that well. There were still big, large gaps in the back. Wow. And for a copper lock, I'm looking at this in the light, and I'm not seeing any gaps. Like, they knew I was a picky customer, or they were like, Baxter, oh crap, Baxter's having an issue with us. We better take care of him because he's going to do a video. And if he says we have really crappy warranty service, it's going to be all over YouTube. Well, kind of. I mean, I'm not a huge channel. I've been doing this for about almost 2 years, but I'm not a major player. But maybe they have noticed me because I don't know any other channels that have as many case knife reviews, especially of their new products, than I do. There's a lot of people who do review case knives. Um, I tend to pick up a lot of the new ones when people have lost hope, lost faith in case and their quality issues. It's understandable, and so they refuse to buy them unless they can go find them in person, and that's not always easy. If that was the case, I'd probably have like 4 case knives. I do get a lot of them online. And I always go through reputable dealers that always take care of me if I have an issue. But on this one, I didn't want the burden to go through Red Hill Cutlery. I wanted Case to deal with this burden. And if we send all the bad knives back and they get flooded with all this work, maybe they'll do something about it and make better knives, or not. Or they'll just say, that's good enough. That's within spec. So very happy. And I'm really pleased that I got this copper lock back within a month. Now, it's not like it's my only knife, and I'm like, dang, I bought this new knife, I'm out with it, out without this knife for months. 'Cause that's not the case. I have plenty of knives, so it was like really no sweat. I just didn't want it to be like 5-6 months later I finally get it back, when they could have just grabbed one off the shelf. And initially, at the beginning of this video, that's what I thought they did until I really watched my other video, and these markings are almost identical. Except the pile side, the markings were really close. It just seems a little bit more yellow. And it is highly possible. Maybe the bone can flex without cracking. Maybe they popped it off, smoothed it out, put it back on. It almost does look like there's a little possible filler in there, but it's nowhere near the huge gap that I had up in the front. Well, I don't want to make this a long video, so thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit and checking out what Case can do if you send it back to them. Now, you can go online and fill out a form, and they take about a week to get back to you. But I'm very happy. Now I felt like I got my money's worth. And like I said, I have a trapper that I really like that was kind of a pricey piece, and the blades are a little off-center. I may have to reach out to him and send that back also. Thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.